Hi there, it's Hélène with another video. This is a video that I was not planning on filming, but I saw the release of the weekly wows on Sephora this week and I just had to film this other one. So if you're interested to know why, keep watching. Okay, now I just released today, as a matter of fact, if you're watching this video on the date releases, July 5th, is the How Was It? 2 weeks of Anastasia Beverly Hills. And in that video, I feature, among a bunch of other products, the Subculture. And the reason I bring it up is that, as I said, I looked at the weekly wows, and this puppy is on for 50% off, at least in Canada. Now, this palette, I have, as you can tell, I have a bunch of different palettes. This palette is one of those where if I had to cull my makeup collection down to the bare minimum, this one would be in my top 3. I would argue it would be the first one I would pick. When you see on the inside, you'll see that it's not everything that I would want. But as a color story, this palette is absolutely phenomenal. And then we get to the quality. I'm not the best at eyeshadow. And I have to say, I have had zero problem with this palette. As a matter of fact, I can grab this palette, take 5 minutes, and do a look and be out the door. I really love it. If you are not familiar with this palette, it looks like this. It comes with a brush that is, it's decent. It's not my favorite, but for a brush that comes with a palette, perfectly acceptable. And then it has a mirror, and then it has these wonderful 14 shades. I keep going, is it 14, 12? It's 14. It's Hélène, it's 14. Just learned this already. Okay, so it has all these shades. And a lot of folks are intimidated by a few colors. We know the culprits. They were intimidating to me as well. If we cover these, just take a look at what's left, right? Less intimidating. So if you think about it that way. I love all of them though. I have had a chance over the last few weeks to try some of the colors that were intimidating to me, like Untamed and Axis. Axis is almost like the requisite black in a palette when you're working with colors that are not like deep brown, because one would think, I thought this was like the requisite dark black color, but this one works really well as well because it works more in the, it almost brings in a deep emerald, deep gray kind of a color, and that works to deepen up a lot of different eye looks. So it works great as well. Mercury is absolutely beautiful. These guys, if you like yellow or orangey looks, they're beautiful. Untamed was kind of neat. It was more pulled a little bit more on the deep khaki side, more so than Destiny. And when it comes to the toppers, okay, let me just say, Roxy, Dawn, Fudge, they're very pigmented, but they work more like you would expect in a neutrals palette. And then let's just talk about the toppers. Cube is a little funky. It works more to me, in my view, as a highlighter for inner corner. It's a little punchy on the brow, but a lot of folks can get away with it. I do it from time to time. I've also used it as a straight highlighter, and it brushed very lightly on the cheek. Electric is beautiful. I've worn that in a video. And Dawn is also beautiful. Dawn, if you like to put emphasis on your inner lid, the half of your inner lid, not just the top of the lid as a spot on the middle. Adorn is beautiful right from inner to crease. It's just inner to middle of the eyelid. It's so beautiful. It's just, oh, it's a gorgeous color. I cannot say enough good things about this palette. I have never understood what the gripes were about. When you are using it, you use a tap of your brush in here. There is so much pigment in each one of these that it takes almost nothing to pick it up on your brush, and therefore you put a small amount and it just blends as if you just have a dusting of that given color on the lid. And so for my taste, it's very easy to control. It just takes a very light hand. Actually, a great person that explains the power of this palette and how to use it properly is Wayne Goss. He does a great job of explaining both why this palette can be a little confusing and also why it can be so amazing and so powerful. So I will link to his video. I am obviously not a rep for Anastasia. I just think that folks who don't have it yet have an amazing opportunity to get this for like $27.50, I think, Canadian. It's a ridiculously cheap price. This palette is so amazing. Now, of course, I have it already. I will continue to love this one. I'm not going to benefit from the sale, but I thought I have to let people know that this is available and how good it is. My goodness, even if you find yourself using half the shades in this palette, I think it is an absolute steal. So I hope you'll consider it. Take a look at it. Don't take my word for it. Take a look at other videos. Definitely the Wayne Goss. I think it's worth watching. You will notice a lot of folks are also saying, we don't really get what the deal was, why people hated it so much. It's really good. So to me, so the Subculture the Subculture palette is the best kept secret on YouTube, and I would love for more people to try it out and to see why it is that I have I'm having a love affair with this palette. It's great, and I actually make myself use other palettes because I think I would probably go to this one 2-3 times a week, and I want to use more of my collection. So I hope this has convinced you, and at least to take a look at it, to evaluate it for yourself. Like I said, look at other videos. But as far as I'm concerned, this palette is absolutely top drawer, and I will continue loving it. Do you have thoughts on the Subculture? If you do, please leave your comments down below. Are you planning on buying it? I would love to hear that too. If you like this impromptu video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the content on this channel in general, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching today, and see you in the next video. Take care.